very much for joining us as always here on Closing Bell. Thank you. We'll end 60 points lower, acquired close, not down by any large degree. So it's a small one, 1/3% lower on the Nifty. The Bank Nifty, I think, also ends actually even flatter, 0.12% lower. 43,300 or so on the Nifty Bank, so about 100 points away from that support level that we were talking about earlier. Mid-cap index 1/4% higher, and I think we've got the small-cap index, which also ends. It actually ends unchanged, off the highs, of course, but not very much at all for the day. Some other sectoral indices apart from the market cap based indices. FMCG 0.75%. Surabhi was just talking about consumers. Actually, there's only the FMCG index which did well as a pack, not very much else. On the downside, metals and IT, both indices lost about 1% today. So that's broadly a top-down markets view. Rima.
Let's drill it down in terms of individual names then. Adani Group stocks under pressure. So in the frontline pack, Adani Enterprises, top Nifty loser, 4.5% gone. Adani Ports, lower in trade by nearly 2%. ONGC slipped. That was a big drag. By the way, crude prices have slipped even further. In the morning, Brent crude was hovering around $75 per barrel. Right now, it's around $73.50 per barrel. So concerns around demand continue to weigh on crude prices, and that's hurting ONGC. Even Reliance Industries was a bit subdued in trade. Other losers include a Bharti Airtel, you've got a Tech Mahindra, SBI Life, also under pressure. On the gaining side, FMCG ruled, HUL top gainer, giving it company is ITC, Nestle. A couple of these auto names like Maruti Suzuki continues to see buying, while Tata Motors rebounded after yesterday's fall.
Well, that's a large cap screen. On the mid cap side of things, the index has managed a 1/4% increase. The stock that we were just discussing, Interglobe Aviation, in terms of newsmakers, probably is one of the most prominent gainers today with an increase of near 5%. Spandana Spurti reacting to numbers about 3.5% on the upside. Fino Payments numbers were well received by the market. Let's pull up MRF. Now, these are some positive result reactions that we're talking about. Havells, MRF, these were the main earnings, the bulky mid-cap earnings that kind of came through, and reactions largely positive on these stocks. However, on the negative side, you have a Manappuram, and that's not a result reaction. That's entirely because of the ED searches, the Enforcement Directorate searches that have been ongoing at the company's premises. 12% down on that stock at last count. And some of the Vadia Group companies like Bombay Burma, for instance, also losing quite a bit of ground, about 5.5% lower. This entity obviously is a key promoter for Go First. So that was under pressure, as were some of the lenders to Go First. Look at Central Bank of India, 5% on the way down on that stock. BOB also losing by about 2%. And to wrap things up, once again, a sizzling PSU rally. Your EIL, RVNL, SJVN, BHEL. It's a long list of gainers between 6% to 15%, depending on which stock you are picking up. Well, there we have it. That is the close of today's action on the markets. And we're looking at a very sort of tentative approach to the big event, which is the Fed meet. We get the answers later tonight.
11:30 p.m. Who's going to be up?
I think Surabhi was up last time, right?
I think it's your turn now, Prashant.
I'm just going to get up in the morning and listen to you guys.
Because, you actually never know. You think everything is done, you hear the press conference, you go to bed, morning you wake up and it's a totally different story.
The last time I heard all of this stuff, I stayed up and was during the global financial crisis. I stayed up many nights.
So I think it's not that bad yet. So Prashant, I think you can breathe easy.
No, I mean, that was a different thing. I mean, this is okay. I mean, this is regular. I mean, not regular, but this is an important
pocket change
one.
Compared to that.
Well, it's happening every 45 days, right? So how many days are you going to stay up? But